determination here, and Gunnery Officer is going to repel Etalon and Egbert to win. Gunnery Officer close for second with... Now got every chance to challenge, and Gay Legacy and Ben Post in behind as they head to the second last. King of Brazil, Gay Legacy coming to try and challenge. Rockavanga on the inside of the track, the second last. King of Brazil, Gay Legacy landed running on the near side and is now launching an assault under Ben Post. Rockavanga is in third. King of Brazil hard driven, running a bit green. Gay Legacy almost level. Here's the eighth and final flight. King of Brazil and Gay Legacy. Rockavanga in third, half a furlong to go. The near side, Gay Legacy. The far side, King of Brazil. Gay Legacy putting her head down. King of Brazil still galloping. Here's the line photo. Oh, very close between.
Fire maybe landing just ahead there. They go on together inside the final quarter mile, and now Aidan Coleman gets to work, but what a nice response from Chasing Fire, and Chasing Fire picking up well to go on from Illico Dolivati at the final flight. Chasing Fire a little to the right, gave it plenty of air. Illico Dolivati trying to rally in second place. Chasing Fire.
Series finals to come up at Musselburgh as we head back to Newbury for their first race. 1:30 bet in play on racing at Bet Victor Novices Hurdle over an extended 2.5 miles. The Carpenter, your 6-4 favourite, 5-2. Ilco Dolivate, Future Investment 11-2. Noliada 7-1, 8-1. Sound and Fury. King of Brazil 16s, 33s. Bally High, Time to Dazzle 80-1, 125-1. Meet the Arch, Ballyrashane 150-1 with Rajaran and Captain Probus 250-1. A short price favourite then, Jess, for the owners group. They've just taken the first up at Musselburgh and they look to do the same down in Berkshire.
Yeah, they've had a nice run of form. I think they had a winner yesterday, the owners group as well, for the Paul Nichols and Harry Cobden. And yeah, they've got a lovely horse, the Carpenter. He's a good-looking sort. He's clearly been a bit tricky to get right, or has had a few issues, but look, he showed tenacious attitude to win at Exeter in February. That form, I thought, though, Martin, hasn't exactly been franked. The second place pulled up in the novice handicap final at Sandown, but he just is a likeable type and likely to appreciate the step up and trip.
Yeah, I mean, if you're with him, then it's all about potential, really, isn't it? He's only run 2 races. He was promising in his bumper. He handled heavy ground in his bumper, so ground conditions will be fine. And he also looked and won in the manner of a staying horse, really, at Exeter. He got on top late on. He took a bit of driving, but he responded well, showed a good attitude, and showed lots of stamina, really, in how he won that race. The negative is, what do you make of the form? What's it worth? Yeah. Nobody really knows. 2 horses pulled clear. I think they were 50 lengths plus clear of the rest of the field, and Off to a Flyer, as you say, has been well beaten subsequently and didn't really have much solid form, at least, going into that race last time out. So we don't really know what he achieved, but the style that he achieved it in suggested that at least that this sort of test will suit him.
Yeah, so main dangers then. We've got some horses, winning horses in here who've got penalties, but we've also got horses that are slightly probably capable of what they've shown, capable a bit better than what they've shown, and come on a little bit more under the radar.
Yeah, the 2 I'd be most interested in are the 3rd and 4th in the market, Future Investment and Noliador. 2 horses that don't have a penalty to carry. I think that helps them in this particular race. It's not a race, you know, Illico Dolivate has got a mark of 124. I think Future Investment and Noliador on ability are better, the receiving weight from them, and than the potentially just as good a prospects based on their bumper form in the case of Noliador and flat ability in the case of Future Investment. If Noliador can get back to his bumper levels, he'll be pretty hard to beat in this, but so far it hasn't happened for him over hurdles. He's had a break, he's had a wind operation, things that may just come together for him today. Future Investment is not dissimilar. He's shown flashes over hurdles so far, but it's been all a little bit inconsistent. But if he was to have one of his good days, then he's got the ability to take a hand. He had lots of good quality staying handicap form on the flat. He handled soft ground on the flat, no problem. So I think those 2 are interesting. Illico Dolivate has got to go and prove his stamina, and he is quite a keen going horse. He's really sort of lit up, strong travelling, Whether he really wants 2 mile, 4.5 on soft ground at this stage, I have some reservations, but you know, he probably will get this sort of trip in time. He looks more of a chaser to me for next season. I think he'll be a good prospect. Whatever he does today, I think Illico Dolivart will improve next year when he goes over fences.
Yeah, good few of these. You could say that the same for Sound and Fury, who looks like a nice big type. Go down, meet me at the Arch, who's having his first start under rules. Definitely
massive,
looks like a nice big chaser in time. So I think it will be quite an informative race for the future. But as you say, Illico Dolivart just looks he was quite keen going in and around the parade ring as well. So we'll see. Maybe a bigger field might just help him settle just slightly. He's just been running in smaller field races. I thought that could benefit him.
It might well do. Yeah, it looks like Harry Cobden's going to go forward on him, doesn't it? I do think he's, as I say, whatever happens today, I think he's a good prospect for novice handicap chasing next season. Few others, Sound and Fury, you mentioned him. He's also up in distance. He won similar to the Carpenter, really, won in the style of a stayer. I wouldn't even say there's that much between them on the form book, to be honest, and one's a massively bigger price, Sound and Fury, than the Carpenter is, but he ground it out at Fontwell last time out, and the step up in distance should suit him. King of Brazil, on the face of it, has quite a stiff task with a penalty to carry. He's only rated 113 after nosing his way to success at Warwick last time out, but this will require a much better performance, I think, than a mark of 113 if he's to win under the penalty.
Yeah, he's definitely a looker, wasn't he, in the parade ring. We're just seeing Time to Dazzle there. He's not got to the rest of the pack yet, so that's just making be a bit of a delay here. They're 2 minutes past post time. Time to Dazzle got the hood on for the first time, and see if that might benefit him. But he's joined the rest of the others now. Two non-runners in this race, Capstan and Invictus Allen. The flag is now up, so we'll head up to commentary with Mark Johnson.
And they're walking in. And they're off. They race over the extended 2.5 miles in the bet in play on racing at BetVictor Novices Hurdle. He was restrained on the way to the start, and Time to Dazzle is heavily restrained early in the race by Jamie Moore. He's dropped him right out the back of the field, already detached by about 3 or 4 lengths from the main body of the field, who are headed by Illico Dolivart as they make the turn into the home straight. Bally Rashane around his outside, and between horses is Sound and Fury. Those are the first 3. King of Brazil is also right up there in the vanguard with the Carpenter, the first of the greys, racing towards the inside. Then there's a break of about 3 lengths to Noliador as they go over the first of the 10 flights of hurdles. The heavily restrained Time to Dazzle is the back marker, and last but one is Captain Probus, going on now towards flight number 2. 3 flights taken in the home straight, and the leader is Illico Dolivart. To his outside, King of Brazil, a little bit wider, Sound and Fury. Those are the first 3. The Carpenter on the inside was in 4th and wasn't that fluent over flight number 2, with Ballyrashane out wide. Noliador is next alongside Meet Me at the Arch, and then towards Yena is Future Investment. A little bit wider is Rajaran as they go over flight number 3 with the final flight in a circuit's time. At the moment, the last trio are Bally High, who races in advance of Captain Probus, and still the back marker is Time to Dazzle. So they race up past the enclosures. They have a circuit to go, and it's Illico Dolivart and Harry Cobden who lead by a length. In second, King of Brazil and Sean Bowen. On their outside, Sound and Fury and Luca Morgan. Then to the inside, Nico de Boinville on the Carpenter as they go into the turn. Meet Me at the Arch is just in 5th. Racing around the outside of Noliador in 6th. Future Investment on the turn is in 7th. The one who already is struggling is Ballyrashane, who's lost places and is losing ground around the outside as they go into the back straight. He's now just dropped behind Rajaran, who's gone by Bally High, and then at the back of the field, Captain Probus together with Time to Dazzle. The first of 4 flights about to be taken down the back straight, and it's still Illico Dolivart who has got the lead as they go over that flight of hurdles that has been taken quite wide on the course by rider Harry Cobden. They go on now towards the second one down the back. It's Illico Dolivart who leads, King of Brazil, and then the Carpenter towards the inside, who once again wasn't too fluent as he went over the first flight down the back. He was better at the second one, and they've now gone through the halfway point. So they race now on towards the end of the back straight. Totally tailed off now is Bally High. Also totally tailed off is Ballyrashane. Harry Cobden very keen to get on very fresh ground. He took Illico Dolivati almost outside the wings on the wide outside of the track between those last two flights of hurdles. He still has the lead, but he could not go any wider at all. Racing in second is King of Brazil, and then in third between them is Sound and Fury, pulling up at the back of the field both Bally High and also Bally Rashane. They go over the next flight, and a new leader, King of Brazil, now in the centre. The Carpenter on the inside, Sound and Fury, and the wide racing Illico Dolivati. They're then being followed to the inside by Future Investment, and then the light blue of Noliador. And that group now are getting a little bit of a break over the rest, who are now being headed by Time to Dazzle. Jamie Moore has taken the handbrake off, and he's now beginning to make ground as they make run down side of the course. Next is Meet Me at the Arch. He's now about a length and a half in advance of Captain Probus, and tailing off is Raduran. But the leading group of 6 are still very tightly grouped, and they're about to make the turn back towards home. About to go inside the final half mile of the betting play on racing at BetVictor Novices Hurdle. And it's King of Brazil on the inside of Sound and Fury. These the first two. The grey to the inside is the Carpenter, followed in fourth by Future Investment. And then in fifth is Noliador. And Illico Dolivati has entered very, very quickly. Meet Me at the Arch is another one who is now being pulled up as they make the run down the home straight. Also, Raduran has been pulled up at the back of the field. They're racing down towards the final 3 furlongs, 2 flights of hurdles to take. Over on the far side is the Carpenter, and he now has the lead in the hands of Nico de Boinville as they rise at 2 out. The Carpenter led, he jumped it well, putting one of his best jumps of the race so far. Into second, Sound and Fury to the near side. Driven, King of Brazil. They've opened a break over Noliador, who's also joined by Future Investment over on the far side. Over the final flight of hurdles, the Carpenter led, his lead opening up to 4 lengths over Sound and Fury in second. King of Brazil is in third. Future Investment is in fourth. Noliador is fifth. And the last one going, it is the Carpenter who's coming home. He's geared down, and he's now a perfect 2 out of 2 over hurdles. For Nick Anderson and Nico de Boinville, the Carpenter takes the Newbury opener. In second, Sound and Fury. In third was King of Brazil. In fourth, Future Investment. And in fifth, Noliador.
So runs making the way to post. Chrome Fresh a little lit up on the way to post, wearing the hood in the prelims. A little bit buzzy. Also wearing the hood beforehand is Hazy Dream. There's a slight colour change on Liam Harrison now in the black cap. Kenna Hope's running here today for only the 5th time over hurdles. If you look back through her form, she'd ever have winning form previously on the flat in France. I thought the one who might be quite competitively handicapped, despite holding the top weight here, is this Aijoni, a former point-to-point winner in Ireland last season. First time in a handicap, and she might just have got in off a rather workable mark of 96. No other colour change or jockey news in the opening race, but a bit later on in race number 4 in that mare's chase. Bridget Andrews now being replaced by Harry Skelton. It's like Crown Fresh is still a little bit on toes here at the starting area. So the runners are safely at the start. Still 7-2 co-favourites, Chrome Fresh, Hazy Dream and Shanti Hayes. Flags are raised. And they're off. Racing away, the Kazoo Mares Only Novices Handicap Hurdle, 2 miles in front of them, and making their way down towards the first of their 8 flights of hurdles. They're all safely over the opening obstacle, and Creme Fraiche landed out in front. She leads the way from the inside running Shanti Hayes, together with the nose-banded head of Kenna Hope showing prominently. Another one with the noseband, the darker blue silks, that Teasing Georgia under William Maggs. Red jacket, black and white striped sleeves there is Talking the Talk. Then the grey Hazy Dream. Wider out into the home run they spin with Bella Ciao in black and red now going more prominent. Dropping in behind now is Ajourny on what is her handicap debut this afternoon. So the one flight in the home straight. And it's Creme Fraiche, those red sleeves of David Pritchard showing out in front. Skipping over flight number 2, OK. From Kenna Hope, who's racing there in second. Horse who won previously on the flat in France a few years ago. And then came Shanti Hayes and Connor Ring, blue and white silks. Bella Ciao a bit wider out there. Harry Atkins on board in the black and red silks. Then Hazy Dream with Liam Harrison now sporting a black cap on board Hazy Dream as they turn away from us. Next is Teasing Georgia. Horse who's won a National Hunt flat race in the past. Looking for that first win over hurdles today as they jump over flight number 3. Talking the Talk was the back marker on touching down over that flight of hurdles. Still going along out in front is Creme Fraiche. There's a very good second here back in January when last seen. Chose the way from Kenna Hope, who's racing in second. Shanti Hayes is then back in third. That one then followed out wider by Bella Ciao, between horses by a Hazy Dream. 2 lengths further back to Teasing Georgia, who's racing with Ajourny, and Talking the Talk and Sean Houlihan, the back marker, as they go towards their next flight. Number 4, and it was a bit of an untidy jump there from Talking the Talk in the final position. And getting a bit of a shuffle on at the back of the field there is Sean Houlihan. Bella Ciao also getting a shake of the reins as they race around the corner that takes them into the far side. On they go then towards flight number 5. And it's Creme Fraiche, who leads narrowly from Kenna Hope in second under Will Kennedy over flight 5. Shanti Hayes has landed in third. Hazy Dream is next in fourth. Again, a little more spaced out now. Ajourny trying to make some progress with 3 horses behind currently. Teasing Georgia. Bella Ciao has lost her position, and Talking the Talk, he hasn't been travelling overly well for a while now. Creme Fraiche is still out in front as they've done the jumping over on the back straight. They've only got now 2 more flights of hurdles left to take, and it's Creme Fraiche with Kenna Hope challenging to the inside. The blue silks are the noseband. Close up behind is Shanti Hayes, and then Ajourny, who's as close as she's ever been now in 4th position. Hazy Dream is next to in 5th. And she in turn then is cleared away from Teasing Georgia and then Bella Ciao. Talking the Talk is still going, but some way behind the others. This will be 2 from the end. Creme Fraiche landed out in front from Kenna Hope in second. Ridden along on the landing side there was Shanti Hayes. Ajourny is still travelling with a purpose, now looking to grab that 3rd position. At the back of the field, Bella Ciao's been pulled up, and Talking the Talk has also been taken out of the race. So they're about to make their way back towards home. They've got 1 more flight of hurdles to take in the Kazoo Mares Only Novices Handicap Hurdle Race, and Ajourny, the red and white on the sleeves there, now puts it up to Shanti Hayes. Kenna Hope is now back in third. Creme Fraiche, having made a lot of the runnings, now dropped out quickly. Passed now for 4th by Hazy Dream. So 1 to take. On the right-hand side is Shanti Hayes. To the left is Ajourny. These 2 pretty much together, but Ajourny now finds a length on that run to the last. Ajourny now went on under Rex Dingle. From Shanti Hayes, he begins to rally up the run-in. Ajourny not doing a lot in front. Shanti Hayes is coming back for more. Ajourny and Shanti Hayes. Ajourny just in front from Shanti Hayes. Ajourny has won it. Ajourny from Shanti Hayes. It was Kenna Hope in third. Hazy Dream lost the jockey at the last. Kenna Hope Teasing Georgia the next 2, third and fourth therefore. Creme Fraiche was back in 5th.
Lone Star going for the hat-trick, looking good at this stage. The leader by 2. Miss Scarlet plugging away on the far side. Spot on Self running out a puff in third. So 1 flight left to jump. It's Lone Star coming to it now. Absolutely pings it. A mistake in second by Miss Scarlet. That's put pay to her chance. And Lone Star is going to pull off the hat-trick for jockey Joe Williamson and trainer Phil Kirby in style. Lone Star is the star. Staying on to be second It's Miss Scarlet, so Phil Kirby 1-2, and it's close.
Home that slowly?
No, she won this off 100 last year. She was racing off 107 today, minus, of course, Ed Austin's £5 claim. Harriet's using him quite a lot, Harriet and Gary Rutherford. They used him on I Right, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And on the winner at
It's
at
annoying that
Wetherby.
I keep forgetting the winner's name, but he got right back on track in that last race in seeing off Brentford Hope. So it's a real purple patch for the stable. Stopped that race on the home turn, I Right still in third. He tried really hard as usual, but a bit of a sickener that. She looks like she's done enough to win, and she's been chinned by a horse in Mamie's Magic who...
Let the truth be known, trying to do it from the front. At it now, got away, but only a nag. Nora the Explorer jumped that better over on the far side. A mistake by Let the Truth Be Known, the first one she's made. What can she find? Nora the Explorer over the last, and Let the Truth Be Known can't respond in second. Back inside the final furlong they come now. Then Nora the Explorer being set alight by Theo Gillard has quickly gone 10 to 12 lengths clear of a toiling Let the Truth Be Known, who's found nothing in second. Up towards the line, Nora the Explorer make that 1-4-2 for Donald McCain. And 30 for Theo Gillard. It's a double for them on the day. Nor the Explorer wins. Let the truth be known.
Towards the second last. Lone Star, the favourite, comes through to take it up, misses it, puts in a short one, and now comes under pressure. In second place is Poppy Rose. Third on the outside is Joanna. I'm Fine. Can they catch the favourite? It's Lone Star from the Phil Kirby stable. Here he comes into the last. Yes, he's okay. He's 3-4 lengths clear, and Lone Star is...
represented. He's got number 8, Mamie's Magic. She's a winner at Newcastle and Kelso. She's unbeaten in 2 handicaps.
And JJ Slevin takes the ride. I think she's probably the best handicapped horse in the race. My concern is that away from testing ground and at a sharp track, whether she just finds the race getting away from her, unless she's ridden more prominently. I'd be interesting to see how she lines up. If she's going to be held up, then I think she might just get a bit too far out of her ground. But I think she's probably the best handicapped horse in the race.
She's coming out of the saddling box there, and she's about to be mounted. Mamie's Magic by JJ Slevin. Just on the walkway coming out of the track, we can see the colours of Millerville, Jeff and Elspeth Adam, not beaten far a couple of runs ago at Kelso.
Yeah, that was behind Mamie's Magic, and gets a £9 pull at the weights this time around. Very much nearly nicked the race that day, and might get a solo on the front end again here. Below form last time out, a little bit of a concern, I guess, but the previous start does give her a little bit of a squeak. I suspect something might just be able to pick her off, though.
Also on the walkway heading out of the track, we can pick up Latino Fling in the purple with the seams. Latino Fling, number 2 for Brian Hughes and Donald McCain. A horse that's actually, she's a 5-time winner over hurdles.
Yeah, including in this race last year. She won it off a mark of 98. She's now running off 112. But she is a pound lower than for her last victory, which came at Bangor. And she might just have had a few excuses so far this season, principally with testing ground conditions. The first couple of starts probably not been suitable.
And also coming out on the walkway, the purple jacket with the yellow spots is number 7, Bella Blue Sky for Craig Nichol and Ewan Willens. And Ewan's horses have been amongst the winners of late. She's a winning bumper horse and she's a winning hurdler.
Yeah, I think it was this card 2 years ago that she won the bumper, and she's got a hurdles win at Kelso to name. Both of those on decent ground, and I think probably a valid excuse. Last time out at Sedgefield were underfoot conditions. Good run before that, behind Mamie's Magic. £5 better off, only has just over 3 lengths to find. Mamie's Magic comfortably on top that day, but I do think Bella Blue Sky will be suited by this longer trip.
There you are then, a rundown on quite a few, Anthony, of these mares in the paddock and indeed heading to post. It's the Racing TV Go North Lady Buttons Mares Hurdle Series final, and this time we're up in distance ever so slightly to 2.5 miles.
Thanks, Gordon. The third running of this Lady Buttons Mares Hurdle Series final. Lone Star 3-1, just a little uneasy in the market as others come in for support. 9-2, Mamie's Magic out half a point as well. Spot on So 6-1 into 5s running from £9 out of the handicap. 6-1 Poppy Rose. Last year's winner Latino Fling also uneasy in the betting. 15-2 to 9-1. 10-1 Ravenscar. Bella Blue Sky 14s into 10s is probably the best backed in recent minutes. 12-1 Nora the Explorer, Millerville 16-1, Misty Manny 28. Catch Me If You Can is the outsider of them all. But while this is competitive, Gordy, there's plenty to like about Lone Star. No track concerns, no ground concerns. Is in great form, looking for a 5th win in her last 6 starts.
Yeah, and Lone Star, Anthony gets on so well with Joe Williamson. He's won 4 times on her, and he's only ridden her on 5 occasions. One that we didn't see in the paddock that I'm going to chuck at you, Chris, is actually a winning chaser, number 10, Spot on Soph, and she's never won in 10 previous goes over hurdles. And I tell you what, she didn't like the bagpipes. She was shying away from the piper. I mean, what's wrong with pipes?
I'd be shying away as well, to be fair. Yeah, behind Lone Star last time out. Not that much better off at the weights because she's running out the handicap today. From a handicapping point of view, she's won off this rating, or she's placed off this rating over fences, I should say. She perhaps is a slightly better chaser, but I wouldn't be overly worried that she's a fair way out the weight. She's a strong traveller, and this is probably the kind of ground that she wants, but didn't really see why she would beat Lone Star, given how easily Lone Star won last time out. And I think Lone Star will be better positioned in this race around this track.
I don't think the handicap has got to the bottom of Lone Star yet.
No, neither do I. Going the right way. She is up in grade and up the weights. I think Mames Magic is probably, I think, the best handicapped horse in the race, but for all I think the step up in distance is a plus, I'm just a bit worried about whether this will be sharp enough still if she's ridden patiently.
Well, let's go back to Richard then for the first of the finals.
And they're off and racing for this Racing TV Go North Lady Buttons Mares Hurdle Series final on the approach towards the first of a dozen flights. Nora the Explorer is the pathfinder and leads by about 3 or 4 lengths from Lone Star, who's on the inside of Millerville as they make their way into the back straight. The Crawford pair are side by side, Mamie's Magic and Poppy Rose, as they leave the ground for the first time. Slightly awkward landing for Latino Fling, who's about 3 or 4 from the back. Also towards the back is Catch Me If You Can. Raven's car is held up in company with Spot on Soph as they race on towards the second. Being led by Nora the Explorer is over the second. Once again, the whole field are over. Second place currently belonging to Millerville, disputing that with, on the running rail, Lone Star. They're being tracked through by Bella Rose and Mamie's Magic as they take flight number 3. Then Misty Manny, who's on the outside in the striped colours of purple and green. Widest of all is Bella Blue Sky, as they'll shortly be leaving the back straight for the first time. Held up towards the back of the pack early on include the likes of Raven's car, Catch Me If You Can, who was just briefly pushed along even at this early stage. Latino Fling is about 3 from the back, and Misty Manny and Spot on Soph it is who's at the back of the pack as well. So out in the lead, Nora the Explorer has the advantage. Giving chase now is Lone Star. Poppy Rose moves through on the inside of Millerville, and they are 3rd and 4th, just ahead of Mamie's Magic in the diamond colours on the inside of Misty Manny. They're both in purple and green. Misty Manny's in the striped colours. Raven's car noses amongst that pair with Bella Blue Sky, then Latino Fling. Spot on Soph is 1 from the back, and Catch Me If You Can was last to rise as they take flight number 4. So making their way past the Oyster Catchers and on their way towards flight number 5. And out in the lead, Nora the Explorer has the advantage, and that advantage is just a couple of lengths over Lone Star. Millerville and Poppy Rose are the next 2 to rise. They are disputing 3rd place. Misty Manny, Mamie's Magic, and towards the inside, Latino Fling, and Raven's car joins that group as well. Bella Blue Sky is towards the outside, then Spot on Soph, and Catch Me If You Can is still last as Nora the Explorer takes flight number 6. Oh, and blundering, unseating the rider, Poppy Rose. Gave it a belt. Sam Ewing came right out over the top. Horse gallops on okay. Sam is just getting, I'll say to his feet, premature. Just rolled over. Hope he's okay. Came down pretty steeply there, did Sam Ewing. Horse gallops riderless amongst the field. As out in the lead, it is Nora the Explorer who has the advantage from Lone Star in second. That fall has just thinned out the pursuers as Latino Fling and Millerville now head the chase. 5th place belongs to Mamie's Magic, but is now 4 lengths behind the front quartet. Then Misty Manny, Spot on Soph just makes a bit of ground with Bella Blue Sky. Catch Me If You Can is still the back marker. Sam Ewing is still down at the final flight, so it may well be there will only be 2 in the home straight. Try and keep you posted. He is sitting up as they reach the first down the back. Nora the Explorer from Lone Star. Latino Fling racing on the inside of Millerville. And they show the way from Misty Marnie. Mamie's Magic comes next with Bella Blue Sky, Spot on Soph. Raven's Car and Catch Me If You Can is losing touch. So making their progress towards the second down the back. Nora the Explorer continues to show the way. Slightly slow jump there by Bella Blue Sky. And it's Nora the Explorer who leads. Lone Star getting a nice trail in under Joe Williamson in second. Then Millerville towards the outside. Latino Fling. Misty Manny is over in fifth with Mamie's Magic. Spot on Soph pulled out towards the back of the field, trying to make a little bit of ground, but is still behind Bella Blue Sky. Raven's Car with a little bit of work to do. It does look as if we're going to doll off the final flight of hurdles with Sam Ewing being attended to still on the floor. So out in the lead, maybe with only 2 to jump, Nora the Explorer from Lone Star. 2 lengths to Millerville, then Latino Fling. Behind these in 5th place, Bella Blue Sky. And then behind these, Misty Manny, Mamie's Magic and Spot on Soph, who's still towards the back of the field, but travelling a bit better than a few around as they make the turn back towards home. Nora the Explorer has the lead, poised in second, Lone Star. Latino Fling towards the outer. Then behind these, Millerville. Towards the inside is Misty Manny. Bella Blue Sky comes next, Spot on Soph towards the centre of the racecourse. So there's racing down then towards what will be, I think, the final flight of hurdles, as still being attended to Sam Ewing. So out in the lead, Lone Star's been well produced and travelled up strongly to take it up. From Latino Fling, who has a barging match with Nora the Explorer, who was on the retreat. Then behind these, trying to stay on down the outside, is Spot on Soph. So these elongated run-in sees Lone Star out in the lead by a good 5 or 6 lengths. From in second place now being ridden along Latino Fling. Misty Marnie towards the inside. Then behind these, Nora the Explorer, but it's Lone Star driven clear for Joe Williamson and for Phil Kirby, who trained Lady Buttons with such distinction and is now going to win the Go North final named in her honour. Lone Star comes home to beat Misty Manny into second place. Latino Fling was third. Behind those was Nora the Explorer, and back in 5th place was Spot on Soph.
Yeah, we didn't think that Lone Star had reached the end of her improvement, and she hasn't. It's now 5 wins from her last 6 starts. Joe Williamson is 5 from 6 on her as well, and she has absolutely bolted up in an eventful race. Misty Manny in second place. Actually, second was the riderless Poppy Rose, and back in third, Latino Fling with the long-time leader Nora the Explorer in 4th place. This is a mare that just keeps on winning.
Yeah, she's absolutely thriving and progressing all the time. When you said during the race she's gone up 3 stone, I just thought it was your dodgy maths, but it was obviously predictive, because she's going to take another belt up the handicap for this. She went up 10 for her latest win. Well, she's due for another hefty rise, because she's won this easily with plenty to spare, and it looked a competitive enough race beforehand. Yes, her main rival probably hasn't fired. Mamie's Magic was hampered by the faller on the first circuit and then just got shuffled back a little bit. I think generally this was a little bit too much of a test of speed for her, but always in a good position. Lone Star has won easily.
And Joe Williamson, I don't know if he maybe heard the riderless horse, he kept on pushing. She's won by 9 in the end, and at the what was the final flight, it would have been the second last had they jumped the last. We had a bit of a coming together between the 2 stable companions, Latino Fling and Nora the Explorer.
Yeah, we did.